It's time for Takes on Takes, the weekly episode where we give our take on your take today on the Locked On NFL Scouting Podcast.
You are Locked On NFL Scouting with the Draft Dudes, your daily podcast for NFL and college football scouting. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What is better than this? It's guys being dudes here on the Locked On NFL Scouting Podcast. We're the Draft Dudes. I'm Joe Marino from Locked On Bills. He's Kyle Crabbs from Locked On Dolphins. And we are your NFL experts here with you daily to talk team building across the league on the Locked On NFL Scouting Podcast with the Draft Dudes, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Want to issue a big thank you, shout out, and welcome to our everydayers. Those of you who never miss a single episode, we appreciate y'all being here very, very much. Today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Right now, new customers can bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you're going to get $300 in bonus bets to use across the app.
Joe, happy Victory Friday to those who are celebrating.
Well, thank you, Kyle.
Yeah. Good game last night. Fun game last night. For those who were worried that 12.5 was too large or 11.5 was too large of a spread, as the saying go, good teams win. Great teams cover, baby. So you and I obviously were up late last night. I'm knocking the cobwebs off. I don't know about you. We both now have squad shows as well. So it's an hour program after the fact. I skipped on my group therapy solo podcast. I'll do it today. So I'm gonna do it after we're done here.
I know I couldn't sleep if I didn't get it done, but I hit the hay at the Fitbit said I fell asleep at 3:22 a.m. That's about 6 hours later. I usually wake up about 4:30, so to me, go to sleep at 3:22 is not a good spot for me, sir.
When's your next primetime game?
Oh God, it's in 2 weeks against the Patriots on Sunday night.
Mine's next week on Monday Night Football.
Yeah, you got that, huh? Oh, you get like the longest non-bye week gap you can get, right? Thursday to Monday.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I think we're the early because they're still doing, I think, the doubleheader.
Oh, okay.
I believe
starting at 7.
Don't quote me, but I believe that's the plan.
You know, East Coast dad life primetime games, they are tough.
It's for the birds.
We're here. All right, shall we? Takes on takes. Have some fun ones to get into today. Let's start with this one from August. August comes in hot. There will be 6 new playoff teams this season. What I love about this from August is he tells us who the 6 teams are.
Oh, so he did the thing for us.
Yes, and I sometimes that's appreciated, especially with something like this. Here's who he has. Seattle, San Francisco, Atlanta. I don't know about that one. Indy, Jacksonville, and New England.
No, I'm out.
Right, I think it's easy to disqualify this, but like, what are the teams here where you're like, no, those are the ones that are going to make this a no?
Okay, let's do the thing. Pro Football Reference, looking at the current standings. We said New England and Jacksonville. I think looking at the AFC, we've got Buffalo, we've got Baltimore, we've got Indy, we've got the Chargers, Broncos, Chiefs, Steelers. Still, do I trust New England and Jacksonville to outpace any of those teams?
I struggle there.
I don't think I do. Now, the thing for Kansas City is they do obviously have the first place schedule, and they're 0-2, right? They still have Baltimore, Detroit, the Commanders, at the Bills, at the Broncos, Colts, Texans, Chargers again, Broncos again. Am I really going to sit here and pick the Chiefs to miss the playoffs? It's too early for that, right?
Yeah.
And we're expecting a win in New York this week. So I'll fade it off the AFC side of things. And then the NFC teams were Atlanta, San Francisco, and Seattle.
Yeah. I struggle with Atlanta, dude. I really do.
Well, does Tampa's trenches fall apart? Because now they're down Gudecki short term.
Mock. Cansey's out for the year.
Cansey's out for a year on the other side of the ball. Penix, to be determined. I think it depends on how Penix continues to grow and improve and what that growth rate looks like, right?
I think Atlanta has to win the division. So I think Tampa's the right team to invoke. I don't think they get in as a wild card.
So if it's because the wild cards, would we pick Tampa right now
to win the division?
Yeah.
Yes.
Would you pick the Rams to win the West?
Yes.
Right now?
Yes.
Would you pick the Packers to win the North right now?
Yes.
Would you pick the Eagles to win the East right now?
Yes.
So now you're looking at Detroit, San Francisco, Minnesota. Question marks at quarterback have never felt more prominent.
Yep. That's where Minnesota's comfortable, though.
Yeah, I would not want to be comfortable in this regard.
But it's like I don't know, the last 10 years of Vikings football, right? It's been Sam Bradford and Case Keenum and Teddy Bridgewater, and like, this is nuts.
I think I think I'm more comfortable with the NFC block than I am the AFC block. Seattle, San Francisco, and Atlanta. I'm more comfortable with that trio than the trio of teams that he presented in the AFC.
We're both out on the take, though, as a whole.
Yeah.
Sam Teets says 5 tight ends hit 1,000 receiving yards in 2025, including 3 first-time 1,000-yard players. The context Sam would like to give us is that we're coming out of a decade. We're coming up on a decade since we saw 4 tight ends hit 1,000 yards in the same season, which is 2015. He says, bet you can't guess the names. We've seen 3 tight ends accomplish this feat in 18, 19, 21, and 24. So we get 5 1,000-yard receiving tight ends this year.
Four takes and objectives
in
one submission.
Right, but the really what he's saying is 5 1,000-yard tight ends this year.
Dalton Kincaid.
I don't know. He's off to a good start.
He looked good. That bold take about doubling his touchdowns looks pretty good right now, doesn't it?
He had a chance for 3 last night. Was that Ashton Davis got his hand in there?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Boy, I was hoping he'd snag that one, but I'm like, that's a good play by Davis. And I hope he was going to run over that other corner. And he didn't.
The broadcast said he dropped it at first. I was like, you got to give him a little respect.
No, that was a good play by Davis. Trust me, I wanted to go there. I was like, no, that's Davis. That's a heck of a play. I worry that any one Bills offensive weapon in the passing game will have enough volume, right? They really, everybody eats really, it really is a thing, right? Tyler Warren, I mean, this guy's got 155 yards in 2 games.
It's a great start.
Brock Bowers?
I think Bowers, yes.
Kraft?
Warren has a great shot. Kraft, well, now Jaden Reed's had surgery on 2 body parts. So maybe there's a crack and an opening there for Kraft, I think, is a potential candidate. You know who won't be on the list? Mark Andrews. Well, he got 7 receiving yards for 2 weeks, I think, for Mark Andrews. And now Isaiah Likely's coming back.
Yeah. Trey McBride's going to get 1,000 yards, right?
You would assume so. My fantasy team would like that quite a bit.
How about the start for Juwan Johnson? 125 yards in 2 games, 13 catches.
All there, right?
Right. That's a thing. Harold Fannin, I mean, he's got 111 yards in 2 games, his first 2 NFL games.
I don't think we're going to sustain that. A 4 might be a little aggressive.
Warren, Bowers, Kraft, McBride, Johnson. I'm going to say Kelsey, Laporta.
Kelsey.
Yeah. He's got 108 yards in 2 games, and it's a decent pace. Kincaid. We feel like we have 8 contenders. Can half of them do it? It's a long season.
Half of them can do it. Would I expect half of them to do it?
Actually, we need 5 of them. He said 5 tight ends with 1,000 yards.
Fun fact about Travis Kelsey, he hasn't had 1,000 yards this season since 2022. I have no reason to believe that's going to continue. Or no reason to believe this is going to be the year he gets off.
5's aggressive, Sam. I think that's what we're getting at. It's aggressive.
You know whose fault that is for Travis Kelsey? It's mine because I drafted him in 23 on my fantasy team.
Yeah, and then you did that to Dalton Kincaid last year.
Yeah,
who's the tight end you have this year? Is it McBride?
Trey McBride.
Oh, no. Boy, if you screw over Trey McBride, you are the kiss of death for tight ends.
Yep. Especially Kelsey was coming off 13 and 12 touchdowns. 1,300 yards and 12 touchdowns. 984, 5 touchdowns.
Did he sign the extension as well? Like the market reset for tight ends? I was like, let's go, baby. I'm getting tight end production this year. You've been trying for 3 years at this thing.
I like it because there's only a handful of guys at that spot that put up difference-making matchup numbers. I'm like, I want one of those guys.
Hey, your process has been good.
The process has been good. The results have been bad. They've been very bad.
All right. We got a lot to get into the next segment, including our favorite discussion, wide receiver trades. Someone's got an idea. We'll break it down here next. Folks, be sure to stick with us. It's almost the weekend. Time to look back and crown this week's MVP on Who Delivered, powered by DoorDash. Just like you can win every Saturday with DoorDash Streaks, saving more every time you order, these players delivered when it mattered most. Let's break it down. For the Bills, Thursday Night Football, Terrell Bernard delivered in a big way in a clutch situation. 3 minutes left in the game. Dolphins threatening to tie it up or maybe take the lead on a 2-point conversion. He has the big red zone interception, and the Bills never look back. When the pressure was on, Terrell Bernard came through. No hesitation, no delay. And just like Terrell Bernard delivered for the Bills, DoorDash delivers your Saturdays with DoorDash Streaks. You save every Saturday you order, stack it up all season, and you could save up to $250, including $100 in DoorDash credits. Order this Saturday. Keep the streak alive. Fuel your game day only with DoorDash. Terms apply. Promo period through November 18th. The NFL season is here, and FanDuel is making sure you're ready for kickoff with a can't-miss offer. Right now, new customers can bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you're going to get $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. I love using FanDuel because it fits however you like to bet. Player props, same-game parlays, over-under, spreads, it's all there for you. You can even jump in on the live betting as the action unfolds. Just makes every game more exciting, whether you're watching your team or keeping an eye on your fantasy lineup. It's quick, it's easy, and it's the best way to add a little more energy to your Sundays. So are you ready to play? Download the FanDuel app now by visiting FanDuel.com to get started. That's FanDuel.com to place your first $5 bet.
Do you have any more custom ad reads for today, or is that it?
Unfortunately, we don't have the Mazda one today. We could talk about people who move the game forward.
Yeah, Deion Walker moving forward in the pocket.
There it is. Thank you. If that shows up next week, I appreciate that. There's the assist.
Yeah,
we'll get that done.
You can forward me my royalties if you end up using that for your read for Mazda.
Deion Walker, baby. All right. Koala Bear Khan says this. I hope you know what this is. You will. I have no clue.
Okay.
First, you guys didn't include kelp fries, K-E-L-P fries, as a variant of French fries from SpongeBob in last week's Takes on Take.
Yeah, it's true.
So you can tell me about that, but he actually has a real take. The current best score bug for NFL games is actually Amazon Prime for Thursday Night Football. It shows enough information without being a distraction and has personality. What are kelp fries? Can we start there? Google's my friend.
Like kelp, like seaweed kelp.
Oh, okay.
And it's sort of the Krusty Krab is what they.
Oh,
it's
right.
the.
Is that where SpongeBob works at the Krusty Krab?
SpongeBob is the fry cook at Mr. Krabs' restaurant.
I didn't know he had a job. That's great.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then the bit is the rival across the pond, if you will, is Plankton, and he runs the chum bucket.
Wait a minute.
And
this is real.
Yeah. And his entire mission is to steal the secret recipe for the Krusty Krab.
Oh, this is huge. This is foundational to the story of SpongeBob.
Yeah, it's like a bit every week as SpongeBob goes to work and Plankton has some scheme to try to steal the recipe, the top secret recipe for the Krabby Patty.
It's the foundation of the show.
Yeah.
I've never watched it.
Okay.
You have a favorite score bug? Khan says it's Amazon Prime. I passionately have my favorite, but I've also had time to think about this because I'm the take master. So
I like the Prime bug now because it reminds me of the old school bugs that existed before they kind of became like squares with floating numbers and you know what I mean? Like I'd probably have to go back and look at like early 2000 score bugs to find the one that I really like. But I don't like what was it? Fox with the Super Bowl has the one that floats in the top right-hand corner. Just give me a lower third, right? And make it clean. So I like the Prime one because it invokes all of that and it's easy to coherently see and illustrate the numbers. I'm in on this take.
My favorite is ESPN's. I think it's the best one.
The Monday Night Football?
Monday Night Football, yes. So it's hardly a score bug. It's not even an overlay. It's like literally the bottom, I don't know, whatever piece of your screen is the score. And I think the color contrast, you're not fighting to see like, is that the ticker thing for how many timeouts they have left? It's all very clean to me on the bottom. It doesn't disrupt anything that you'll see in terms of the field of play. I'm here for the ESPN Monday Night Football score bug. My favorite.
How about the old CBS one that
was
up
I'm
in
a
the
fan.
right-hand corner where it's
I'm
like the CBS logo and then the square, and it just has like team 1 score, team 2 score, quarter, time left.
Super simple. It's not very modern looking, but it was a very functional score bug.
Yep.
All right. Petty says this. The
like
Titans.
P-E-T-Y?
Yeah, Petty.
Okay.
Yeah. The Titans will trade Calvin Ridley before the trade deadline. He has an out after this year in his contract, and any team that gets him will be able to move off him after the season if they choose to.
I feel like we need all the playmakers we can get there. And I know he's had some, the drops have kind of been a thing. And no team's receivers have dropped more passes for him so far through 2 weeks than Cam Ward. I think he's the right kind of name to invoke, especially as you lean into the youth movement in Tennessee with the young receivers that you have. I would not be surprised if he's traded.
Yeah, I wouldn't be. I think you make a good point. Like, I don't know, is probably your best receiver that has experience. Do you want to deplete this down and just have a bunch of rookies around Cam? But at the same time, like if your season's not tracking and you do like some of your young players and you have an opportunity to get a decent return, like, yeah, okay. I think you think about it. I think it's the right name to invoke now, but I think there's good arguments against it.
Mm-hmm.
JD says, with a new regime, a focus on culture, and the capital invested in Travis Hunter, the Jags are going to reach out to wide receiver needy teams like the Chiefs or Raiders and move on from Brian Thomas Jr. sooner rather than later. What do you make of this drama? There's a lot of criticism right now for BTJ.
Yeah. New offense. I'd be very surprised if you take a player like that who was as impactful as that. I don't think so. I don't think you're moving off a player like that on a rookie contract, and that's the player you got to ride out and you got to just figure it out with, right?
I agree with you, Kyle. I think we need to look back on BTJ's rookie season and realize that when he got hot at the end, it was with Mac Jones. Are we ready to have that conversation?
Who? Mac Jones.
Are we willing to have an opportunity cost conversation between Trevor Lawrence at $55 million a season and what Mac Jones gave that team? Are we concerned about, should we be having more of a Trevor Lawrence conversation than a BTJ conversation?
I'm not willing to have a Trevor Lawrence conversation because the last time I had a Trevor Lawrence conversation, I got yelled at by a few listeners of the program that follow me on Twitter about how weird I get because my team's quarterback has a conversation we had about himself too. So I'm not willing to be objective and honest and have a conversation about Trevor Lawrence because I'm not qualified to do so because my quarterback has his own situation going on. So.
Yeah, you know what? That's about the silliest feedback you can ever give an analyst is, oh, yeah, your team has this thing going on, therefore you're not able to objectively discuss it. Come on. Get out of here. Anyways, I'm willing to have the conversation. I'm concerned about Trevor Lawrence. It's been bad for a while. Progression tempo is not there. Accuracy is not there. Bad mistakes all the time. So Mac Jones looked better than him last year in the same team.
I think we should be willing to let this year play out in a new system, right?
But, yes, of course.
Yeah, this would now be the second hire that's made in Jacksonville to fix Trevor. And at some point, like, it becomes the greater situation around the player or the player itself. And I don't know where the buckets of responsibility are weighing in that regard, but if you make another coaching hire with another scheme specifically in mind for the player and the player continues to not have the light bulb turn on and flip the switch, you then either have to look at who's around him or the player himself.
And Trevor deserves this year to declare that, right?
Yeah.
Liam Cohen's got a little more spice than I thought he had. You see him?
You got a little personality,
spice
right?
about him. Yeah, excited to see it. Yeah, he was a little goofy. Now he's
got a little Duval to him, right?
Yeah, but he's I like the vinegar a little bit that he's showing us. All right, we got more to do. Somebody wants to talk about Andy Reid and a fatal flaw. We'll talk about that and a little bit of Steelers defense here on the other side of it. Folks, be sure to stick with us. This episode is brought to you by Square, your favorite neighborhood spots run on Square. Certain businesses truly make the neighborhood feel like home, whether it's the local sports bar packed on game days, the coffee shop that knows your order by heart, or the corner deli that's been serving your community for decades. These are the places that bring people together. When neighborhood businesses thrive, the whole neighborhood thrives. Spending money there doesn't just support the business, it supports the people behind it and the community around it. Those local spots are what makes the neighborhood feel like home, and so many of them run on Square. Square is a proud partner of more than 4 million neighborhood businesses around the world. You can go to square.com/go/LockedOnNFL to learn more. But before you do, go support your favorite neighborhood spot. You'll be happy you did. Square, see you in the neighborhood.
Is Andy Reid's fatal flaw that he's won too many games?
All right, there's that take. Well, this is what Devin said. Devin said this: defenses are adapting to the passing game more and more. The Chiefs start 0-4, which means they lose to the Giants.
No, I'm out.
And the season spirals into missing the playoffs, regardless of record. The Chiefs part ways with Andy Reid due to his inability to adapt to a better rushing offense.
This has been the book on Andy since he got fired in Philadelphia. Andy doesn't run the ball enough. That was the WIP calls in Philadelphia when Andy was there.
We ask for people to give us hot takes. So
this is a hot take.
Yes.
And we have lamented the mild flavor of some of the takes the last couple weeks. I would be very surprised if Andy Reid, of all people, had a leash that short. Now, if you stack together and you're getting into, hey, Pat just turned 30, next year Pat's 31. If you have sub 500 seasons for multiple years, Andy's one of the older coaches in football. You could probably start to have the conversation. But even then, I think it's a retirement versus a firing conversation, right?
Yeah, I don't think we're close to having this conversation. I just don't. I think Andy Reid's on his own terms, man. And maybe there's some questions we had. Like I agree. Like the run game needs to be better. There's elements that are frustrating, but I mean, just zoom out for just a second. This team, if they go to the Super Bowl, it should be 4 in a row. This is not
now. If they lose to the Giants, we'll have an uncomfortable conversation on Monday next week.
Sure. But
I don't think it would be about Andy's job.
No, it's about some changes that need to happen for sure.
Yeah.
Bo says Joey Bosa will break an NFL record this year for forced fumbles in a season, a record that has stood for 15 years. Kyle, the record's 10. It's a three-way tie between Robert Mathis, Charles Tillman, and O.C. Umenyiora.
That's a hefty number of forced fumbles.
Joey has 3. 3 in 3 games. So he's pacing there. He had 7. A few years ago, he had 7. But
I will fade a historic season.
You should.
And no slight to Bosa, but he's a guy who's had some injury stuff. He's healthy. He looks great right now. Can he stay healthy for 17 games on the workload that he's on? It's not like they're asking him to play 100% of snaps, and I get that, but I think there's enough blockades here where I will generally say no.
Spike the ball, Bo. Spike the ball. CT says the most disappointing unit based on preseason expectations so far is the Steelers' defense. They are currently 29th in points per game and yards allowed. The take is that the Steelers will not finish higher in the top half of the league in either category by season's end.
We're going to find out a little bit about the Steelers in the next couple weeks. You already don't have warm and fuzzies. I think there's ample cause for concerns. Did you see the breakdown of them giving up the same play on consecutive weeks because they ran the same coverage look and it was the deep crossers on either side and it puts the safety in cover one in a bind.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff we do got to get cleaned up, right?
The next three are the Patriots, Vikings, Browns.
Dude, we have enough talent that we should be a top half of the league defense.
Yeah.
If they're not, then somebody's going to have a big problem on their hands when it's all said and done. That's a job that I think you do have to have the conversation about if that team with that talent doesn't finish top half of the league in defense.
Yeah, some frustrating elements out of Pittsburgh. All right, let's finish with this one. It's a food take from Tell, and Tell's been a longtime friend of the show, and Tell says that this is his first ever food take. Here it is. Although coleslaw is a bottom of the barrel side, it is a top tier condiment for sandwiches such as barbecue or a chicken sandwich.
Yes, it's an accurate take.
I don't do mayonnaise. So mayonnaise-based coleslaw, I can't go to war with it.
What other kinds of based coleslaws do you enjoy?
Vinegar, right? We call it red slaw, barbecue slaw down here in the South.
And I think it's good. I think it's very good.
So you toss that with some pulled pork on a bun. Yeah, you are living well. So I can't do the mayonnaise-based. I can't do it.
I think even if you stay light mayo, it works. But when it gets like real soupy and like you take the spoon out and it's almost like a soup with the amount of mayonnaise, that's where you lose me. But I can do light mayo based, but then I also like the vinegar slaw too.
I know you don't eat a lot of sandwiches because I don't think you eat a lot of bread. But do you have any like Kyle Crabbs specials that you'll toss on a sandwich that maybe is a little unconventional?
No.
Here's my go-to. You have like a ham sandwich or a turkey sandwich, toss some chips on there. Doritos, regular potato chips.
Ruffled or regular?
Sure. Yeah.
Really baked or?
All of it's good. Potato sticks, okay. You know these things? You come in the jar?
Yep.
Toss those on a sandwich. I'm telling you, you won't be mad about it.
A little crunch with your sandwich.
It elevates. Don't sleep on Doritos is an option for this as well. So,
that might be the best way to eat Doritos because you don't get the dust on your fingers.
Yo, like Loki, that's something that's annoyed me in my older age. I don't want to deal with I don't want to eat things that
scrape the cheese dust off my fingertips with my teeth. Like, no, thank you.
It's gross. Yeah. I can't. I a lot of times just turn up the bag a little bit.
Family size bag or a personal bag?
Personal bag.
Okay, I'm just making sure you're not coming out like a gopher out of the trash can with a bag in your head, right? Like
you can probably count on one hand the amount of times I've had Doritos over the last 5 years, but
and when you do, it's on a sandwich. That's gonna do it.
Yep, that's it.
That's it. Happy trails to Mohamed Sanu.
Announce his retirement. I think you've been gone for a while, but thanks for everything.
We made it official. And we are making it official here. That is Friday in the books. Kyle Crabbs, Joe Marino. We appreciate you guys as always checking out Locked on NFL Scouting. Come on back. See us again on Monday. We are reviewing the Week 3 action as a whole. We hope to see you then. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.